I wasn't feeling well for years. I was fatigued. I just didn't have the normal nerve sensations in my eyes. It always felt like I had an eyelash in my eye. Finally, the doctor told me I was not going crazy. There was something wrong.
Neurotrophic keratitis is a degenerative disease of the ocular surface, specifically the cornea.
It really goes to show to not take no for an answer. If you feel like something is wrong, be relentless. Pursue it, and you'll be glad you did.
Let me show you the master bedroom. It's really large. It's got an ensuite bath, a Jack and Jill's.
I'm 56 years old. I live along the Jersey Shore, best part of New Jersey. I'm a realtor,
Walk-in closet.
and I'm fortunate enough that my husband and I live on a beautiful property where I get to garden, enjoy nature, and I get to live my best life.
She's wonderful with her selection in plants, put a lot of effort into creating our own oasis. When I first met Maria, she was very active, worked out all the time. Maybe a year or so in, it started to get noticeable that she was easily fatigued and just wearing down from doing the smallest of activities.
I wasn't feeling well for years. I was fatigued, tired. I had joint stiffness. My eyes were bothering me. My mouth was dry. And I was eventually diagnosed with Sjogren's syndrome. And my dry eyes really got worse. And through the whole process and all of the doctors that I had to travel to, I eventually was diagnosed with NK. My name is Maria, and I have neurotrophic keratitis, otherwise known as NK.
Neurotrophic keratitis is a degenerative disease of the ocular surface, specifically the cornea. This is where you have corneal nerves that are impaired or abnormal. And you can imagine if they're impaired, this can cause many problems. Patients may experience a blurriness of their vision, foreign body sensation, maybe a bit of photophobia or light sensitivity and redness of their eye. So the ability of the patient to feel either air blowing on the surface of their eye or a foreign body getting into their eye, anytime something gets in the eye, we feel it as a foreign body sensation. These patients do not have that feeling.
So there are a lot of little things that I've had to change just to help my eyes feel better.
Maria is constantly worried about her eyes. If you walk around the house, there are eye drops hidden in every corner of the house.
For example, a ceiling fan. Something as silly as a ceiling fan. I can't have a ceiling fan in the house because it's actually drying out my eyes.
There are sunglasses everywhere, and she cannot leave the house without sunglasses, even on a cloudy day.
Or if I travel in a car with a friend, I have to ask them to turn down the air conditioning or their vents or redirect the vents because I can't have air blowing into my eyes.
I'm constantly closing air vents, adjusting air vents, just doing anything I can to protect her from any kind of breeze or wind.
It always felt like I had an eyelash in my eye. I was referred to an ophthalmologist, and finally the doctor told me I was not going crazy. There was something wrong.
The journey to diagnosis for some of these patients might be quite frustrating because for many visits, doctors might not know what they're dealing with and may think it's dry eye.
I went from doctor to doctor for over 10 years, undiagnosed, trying to figure out what was happening. And eventually led me to try to resolve my dry eye issues, and which led me to NK.
One thing about Maria is she knows her body, and she knows when something's wrong, and she will go to no ends to find out what the issue is.
Neurotrophic keratitis is normally diagnosed by an eye care professional, an ophthalmologist. And when I approach a patient, it really starts with when they walk in, see if they have an abnormal blink reflex, ask about history. And then, of course, our eye exam is critical. We utilize specialized stains on the surface of the eye that will highlight patches of dryness or irregularities of the superficial layer of the cornea. The cornea is a very specialized structure. It's transparent, and its role is to focus light to the back part of the eye, but also serves a function to protect the eyes from any bacteria or allergens that might get into the surface of the eye. These patients, because they have an abnormality of their corneal nerves, the nerves are not functioning appropriately. It's important to check the sensation. Sometimes I use a cotton wisp that I just brush along the surface of the cornea to see if the patients feel it or react. So if their sensation is decreased and they have some of the other findings, doctors should have a high suspicion for neurotrophic keratitis.
I didn't realize that I was losing any sort of nerve feeling in my eyes. I would look in the mirror and I would find things in my eyes, multiple eyelashes, things that I would never be able to stand for a second. I just didn't have the normal nerve sensations in my eyes.
Neurotrophic keratitis is a progressive disease. If neurotrophic keratitis goes untreated, patients are at loss of losing their vision or suffer decrease in vision because of the scarring and possibly infection and possibly perforation of the cornea itself. So it can be dangerous.
So I have stage 1 NK, and it's basically a battle to just not have stage 2 or stage 3. It's the earliest forms of NK, and that's why we're so aggressively pursuing treatment so that the damage doesn't worsen with my eyes.
There are 3 stages, and we call them NK1, NK2, and NK3. The first stage is these patients will have damage to these epithelial cells. So ophthalmologists can see areas of patches of dryness or missing cells. In the second stage, the epithelial layer creates a defect. And in the third stage, this is where ulceration can happen and thinning of the layers beneath the epithelium, which is called a stroma. This can be very dangerous because if this tissue becomes infected, it can be prone to perforation of the cornea as well. It's best to be caught at its earliest stages. If caught at those stages and with the appropriate treatment, we may be able to diminish the progression and improve quality of life and sight for the patients.
So once I started treatment with my ophthalmologist, I felt like I finally had hope. One of the treatments that we tried was nerve growth factor. So that entailed a treatment where 6 times a day, every 2 hours, I had to put nerve growth factor in my eyes. And one day, miraculously, I yawned and I actually started tearing, and it was incredible. And it's something that everybody takes for granted and so silly. Oh, I'm tearing, yay. So my husband, Wally, is the most patient man. In fact, right around the time that I was at my worst, I would wake up in the morning and he would have warm compresses waiting for my eyes. He will accompany me to doctor's appointments. He's really been so patient, and he completely understands, without me having to actually say anything, what I'm really going through.
One thing I can say is you have to pay attention to what's going on with your spouse.
But the best part of what my husband Wally did was he, in a very subtle way, helps me. He knows in advance how to set the temperature in the car, set the vents away from my face. And he helps me anytime we go someplace, offers a different spot at a restaurant or at a bar table because he knows the vent is located right overhead, offers to switch seats with me. It's all the little things.
I love you.
I love you, baby.
Thanks for everything. Thanks for all your help today, too. I really appreciate it. I know you ran around.
My health today is great. Thanks to awareness about what I really needed to do and my exercise, I am now able to pretty much function back to normal for the first time in years.
So the messages are, there's hope. There's new ways of diagnosing this disease. There are new treatments and many new treatments that are in the pipeline as well. So the bottom line is giving these patients the hope, making sure that they get in to see their ophthalmologist, but also take care of any other disease processes in their body, such as diabetes or autoimmune conditions that may exacerbate or may play a role in this disease process as well.
I think you just have to, read your body and pay attention. It seems that there are a lot of new methods and treatments out there that everyone's working on, and Maria was fortunate enough to associate herself with a great doctor that's helped her immensely.
So I'm really hopeful for the future. When it comes to my eyes, I know I'm in the best care. I know that I'm getting the best treatments. And it really goes to show to not take no for an answer. If you feel like something is wrong, be relentless. Pursue it, and you'll be glad you did.